Hey, I'm Mark Brown from editorskeys.com and this is a review of the new Microsoft Surface Pro 3. Okay, I'll be honest, I've been a Mac user for 9 years now and I never thought I'd want to switch back to a PC. But the Surface Pro 3 has pulled me back over and I'll show you why.
So let's take a look. The Surface Pro 3 now features a beautiful 12-inch display with a 2160 by 1440 display. Let's be clear, this display is gorgeous. I mean, the colours really punch and it's one of the best displays I've seen on any tablet or laptop. On the front of the display you have the Windows button, which takes you back to the start screen, and two good front-facing stereo speakers. Now the device is light, and surprisingly light considering the size of the tablet and the fact that this is a full PC. I remember being quite disappointed by how heavy the Surface Pro 2 was, so I think Microsoft have done an amazing job at making this as light as it is. It's not only the weight which is impressive, the device is thin, and I mean really thin. It's only slightly thicker than an iPhone 5S, so it won't take up much room in your bag, and the whole thing is incredibly well made and a true beauty to look at. Now, what sets this aside from any other tablet is the built-in kickstand, which can now reach almost any angle. It's really fantastic, and once you get used to using it, going back to any other tablet makes you a little angry inside that it's not possible to prop up on its own. The kickstand makes it great for typing, watching films, or at its lowest angle for typing or drawing directly onto the screen. It's particularly good in small spaces such as aeroplane seats where you might not be able to use the keyboard cover. On the side of the device you've got a full USB port, a mini display port, and a micro SD card slot, which enables you to expand the storage by an additional 128 gigs. Battery life has been solid, and I've been getting around 8.5 hours usage on a full day's use, and on standby the device doesn't seem to lose barely any charge at all. The optional type cover, which costs £109, is very well made. As someone who works with keyboards for a living, I've been so impressed by this type cover. It's remarkably thin, has a surprising amount of key travel, and it's really nice to type on. I'd seen some other reviews saying the keyboard was difficult to use, but I really don't agree. I find it really nice to type on, it's easy to use, and it even has backlights too. The trackpad is okay, it's a little small, but I find myself touching the screen most of the time to interact with the menus. The Surface team also added a new magnet to this cover, which adds an extra layer of stability and a more desktop-style typing experience. Now onto the included pen. It's a new N-Trig style pen and feels very premium, a bit like an expensive ballpoint pen. I didn't think I would use this much, but I found it to be really useful with applications like Photoshop and OneNote.
Okay, so now I've gone through some of the specs, what do I really think of it? Well, I've got to say I'm massively impressed. I'm definitely sitting in the target audience of a Surface Pro. I run a business and I'm also a creative using apps like Photoshop. I currently use a MacBook Pro in the office and also have an iPad. And the issue I've been having is that I love using the iPad for traveling to show off products on the touchscreen or to use at home, so it feels like I'm not really working. But every time I take it away on a business trip, I end up needing to do some work or editing a full Photoshop file, and it's just not possible on an iPad. So at the moment I take both devices with me on the go, which makes my bag incredibly heavy. The Surface has really given me the best of both worlds. In business mode, I could fire up Photoshop, use the type cover to plow through some emails and do some product design. Then, when I'm at home, I can put the type cover to one side and use the Surface to browse photos, watch films, or browse the web. For me, it's been a game changer.
OneNote has also been a bit of a welcome surprise to me. Let's say you're in a meeting and you need to make a quick note or have a quick idea. All you need to do is click the top of the pen and OneNote opens up. You can start writing instantly. It's so cool, and it's already come in handy a few times, and to me it's a big selling point of the Surface Pro 3. I mean, also, let's say you're working on a project and you want to point out some changes. Simply double tap the pen's button to take a screenshot and OneNote opens up, allowing you to draw around the area you want to keep. This allows you to draw on top of the image, and you can then email it to your friends or teammates. The Surface also has built-in wide-eye. This means when you're at work or at home, you can stream the whole tablet to the big screen and interact with only a small amount of delay.
So, would I buy a Surface Pro 3? Well, yes I would, and I am. For people like my parents, I'd probably still recommend an iPad. It's much easier to use and much cheaper. But if you're a creative, a business person or a student, I really think you need to check out the Surface Pro 3. In some other reviews, people have pointed out that there aren't as many Windows apps as there are iPad apps. And whilst this may be true, you have to remember that the Surface Pro 3 not only runs tablet-style apps, it can also run any app or program that's ever been made for Windows, and that includes programs like Photoshop or Illustrator. The type cover is quite an expensive accessory at £109 and really should be included. But all in all, I think this is a great tablet. If you're a student, a business user or a creative, you should definitely check out the Surface Pro 3. What do you think of the Surface Pro 3? Let me know by leaving your comments below the video, and I hope to see you again soon on another video.